going to be warm today, I guess, because it's already 80. It is Monday, January 12th. Sunny. Got a little cloud. Every once in a while the sun goes away, but it's going to be a sunny day anyway. I'll have to look at the forecast. Dennis didn't tell me the weather. Good morning. It's Barbara. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm here with my cicadas. So, I don't know where they were yesterday, but they're here today. I guess they don't like it in the low 70s in the morning. I don't know. So, looking like a nice day. I had an idea. I think I told you yesterday I was thinking about going to this park with the old factory in it. Yesterday I did not do that. Thinking about doing it today. I might be telling you that every day, because I might think about it every day but not do it. Who knows? I ended up reading a book. I read the third book of the Lucinda Riley Seven Sisters yesterday. I ended up reading the whole thing. I started earlier than I often do, and so I finished it in good time without staying up late. So I didn't need to, I used a bookmark, but you know. I did come out and do one little sketch. And that was my day. Christy canceled on me. We've been canceling each other. Couldn't do our stitch night last night, so I did not stitch. If I had TV I was gonna watch, I could stitch, but I think it was B who suggested I try Skillshare. Check out Skillshare for my drawing, but I did sign up for the year-long Craftsy, which she reminded me of. So I went out and I was looking around at a Craftsy class, but you can't stitch and do a Craftsy class about drawing. I mean, it's hard to pay that close attention, and it feels like you should draw. I didn't get to this lesson where you're supposed to draw yet, but anyway, I'm not watching anything on TV or YouTube or anything that feels like I could stitch, or else I'm too tired when I do. So anyway, I'm just rambling, I'm sorry. So I read a book yesterday, and that's all I did. I read a book, I sketched a little picture, I walked my dogs. Oh, I made muffins. I made cream cheese coffee cake muffins. Dennis found this recipe and he was intrigued by it, so we made them. They're pretty good, except they're very crumbly, so they don't hold together, so you kind of have to eat them in a bowl. But they're good. And they taste like muffins. So we did that. Dennis and I did that together. It was not a busy day. I read a book. That's a big fat book. So I've read 3 of the 6 books, 6 sisters. I have to go look it up because somebody said, I wonder if the next book is out, which made me worry that I don't like to start series when they're not all done. Science fiction and fantasy often come in trilogies, and I really hesitate to start reading a trilogy if they're not all out. There's one trilogy, and I'm trying to think of the guy's name, and I can't. The first book in the trilogy is called The Name of the Wind. I can practically see it written, but I can't tell you what his name is. But The Name of the Wind is the first book. and it's a trilogy, and only 3 of them are out. And it's been like 8 years since he wrote the second book. Everybody's waiting. It's an amazing book. But the 3rd book isn't out yet. So I got into that by accident, and now Rufus. I want to say Rufus. And now you know, so I try not to do that anyway, but it didn't occur to me that all these books weren't already written, so I have to do some research. But I do have the 4th one from the library, so I probably will start that and use my bookmark if I need to. Maybe do a little stitching or a little knitting, and maybe go to that park. That's what I think I'm going to do today. Tomorrow I am taking Aura for her follow-up visit on her eye. So tomorrow I'll probably do a live, because they are quicker, because we've got to go to Westchester for that checkup, and so it takes longer to get there. Her doctor called her last night and said, if you put your hand in front of your face, can you see your fingers? And she said yes. He said, good, that's good. So I guess he was a little concerned after the whole kerfuffle with her not having her drops and all. But he sounded very happy with that level of vision in her eye. So she's been frustrated because she can't see very well out of that eye, but I think he was reassuring to her when he was happy that she could see her fingers. So that's good. Well, we'll get all the news tomorrow when we take her to the doctor. But meanwhile, I think I'm going to go paint in a park with an old factory. I think that's what I'm going to do today. Anyway, and listen to my cicadas. I don't know how much else I'll be outside because it isn't lovely. It isn't very lovely, I have to say. But if I want to paint outside, I gotta be outside. That's just the way it is. That's how it works in nature. Okay, well, I'm just rambly. Although the breeze feels good, and when there's a cloud, so maybe I'm hoping for a cloudy day. Go paint outside on a cloudy day. So I will say goodbye, since I don't feel like I have much to talk about. I read a book. Took all day. I don't know how I got the video as long as it is. Because I read a book. It took all day. It was good. I'm enjoying them. The next book is Cece, the domineering sister who we're not supposed to like. You know, she's sort of the abrasive, loud one, and it'll be interesting because the books are all told from, the first person. Well, certainly from the first person perspective. I don't know if they're literally in first person. How about I say that? But I think they are. Whatever. We're in their heads. And we don't see what's going on in other people's heads. So yeah, first person, right? Anyway. So the last chapter of each book is about the next sister. And the little, so while Cece has done terribly in school, and she's dyslexic. In her thoughts, she's not dyslexic, so it's interesting. I mean, we see a note that she wrote to Star, where every word is practically spelled wrong. But, you know, in her head, she can think without dyslexia, so it should be interesting. And it's interesting that she's a character we're not supposed to, that we haven't bonded with before. She's not a sympathetic character, or hasn't been a sympathetic character in the first 3 books. Although we have a more sympathy for her because Star loves her. The one in the book I just read loves her and has been very close to her whole life. But, yeah, anyway, that's the next one I'm going to read. That's the next one I have, and I think it's the next one in the series. And I think they had another one at the library, but since I didn't have the 3rd one, I had to order the 3rd one from a different library. I didn't want to take too many because I didn't really know if I could read them out of order or not. So, anyway. Okay, that's enough. I hope you guys are well. I really do. Cheers. Take good care of yourselves, please, please, please. Stay safe. Stay sane.